Okay, I knew this one was bad, but not this bad. Not that I didn't enjoy it, I just... Not as much as the other ones, that's for sure. This has to be when they were really trying to continue. After two great films, with Naked Mile and Beta House, I guess they decided to do something new with a bunch of new characters, go back to East Great Falls High School, bring it back to the original with the Bible, the book from the original, and big miss. Big miss, I think. When the first scene of your movie is a guy trying to whack off into his peanut butter sandwich, and then his dog gets involved, and then the video goes all over the internet. I sat there when it started, and I watched this, and I'm going, I forgot about this. Why did I forget about this? This is... No, this is... So the story with this is that after an accidental fire that caused a sprinkler system to flood the library, Rob finds the Bible and he and his friends try to use it. However, it is damaged, so he has to go back to the creator of the book, Jim's dad, and reconnect with former members who all were part of this, putting this book together to make a new Bible and try to get the information from that. You'd think that would be a decent plot. However, that plot is 1/4 of the damn film. Yeah. The whole plot is basically awkward teenage boy has a crush on a girl in his high school, but can't come to terms with saying it, and after saying it, he and his best friends resolve to get laid. He has an awkward video that is placed over the internet. Gee, that sounds familiar. It's the first film. They are copying and pasting certain things from the first film. Having a crush on a girl, awkward teenage boy having a crush on a girl, that was Jim. Having a crush for Nadia. Although this time they took a spin on it. It's actually someone he's been friends with his entire life, so that's the kind of best friend, angle. But they don't do it right. And this whole movie's called The Book of Love. This book is a minor part of the film for me. Like I said, it's like a quarter of the film. It's 25 minutes worth of this film. And this film, say on the disc, no. Also, this film has an R-rated version and an unrated version, and you get to choose. Why would you ever choose the R-rated version? You're in it for the N-rated version, right? Which, oddly enough, there's so much nonsensical sequence meant to pad the film out. There's a sequence where they go to Canada to find this Monique, who is inside the book as the best blowjob ever. She's old as fuck. She dies on Rob's dingy dong, and that's that part of the film. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And like I said, there's padding, right? There's padding. The Stifler in this film. Nothing against John Patrick Jordan, but they wrote him like Steve Stifler. They did. They're like, after two great films, we had Stifler's actual characters. They had good flaws. They had good things happen to them. They had flaws. They were human people. You can even argue that Bandcamp also was like that. It was about transformation, And yes, it is implied in Naked Mile that Stiflers have a legacy. But to write a Stifler character this way, after 3 films of making a Stifler your main character, and they're going to do it again, by the way, with that Girl Power movie. There's a Stifler in that too, but she is a side character, looks like. And it's just like, whoever made this film didn't get this direct-to-video part of the series at all. Each film was about a member of the Stifler family, and it worked. But they decided, hey, we're going to change things up. Maybe about this guy named Rob, he's not a teenager, just like Jim was, and that worked. Yeah, nothing against Bug Hall. He's a great actor. He's good in the I almost said Small Soldiers. What was it called? The Little Rascals. And Get a Clue, you know? But here, he's written terribly. They're trying to recreate the magic they had with the character of Jim, and it doesn't work if you don't have the right actor for that. Bug Hall is great, don't get me wrong, but his character is written terribly. I'm sorry, his character is written as this total fuck up that can't get anything right, even when he should have. Like, just I don't get why they keep writing this kid. Like, every time there's like something going on, like the thing with the peanut butter, there's someone video camming him. There's a scene, and we'll get to it, where he goes off and he tries to have sex with someone, but he's drunk, so he pukes all over them, and that goes on the internet. You treat your character like shit, and you're supposed to be rooting for this guy? And speaking of rooting for characters, the characters in this film are terrible, apart from one character who I actually sympathize with. And it's ironic because he's also the fat, geeky guy with glasses. And if you don't think that this movie's trying too hard, they named a character Lube. That's right, Lube. Now, yes, there was a character named Coos in the last two films, and that is apparently a sexual reference. But if you don't know that was a sexual reference, you wouldn't get that, and that's fine. Here, they throw it at your face by calling him Lube. It's just like, Lube, his name is Lube, get it! Now, the main story of this film, like I said, is not the Book of Love. It's about Rob trying to get with this girl he has a crush on, and his friends trying to get with their respective female counterparts. Now, like I said, Bug Hall plays Rob, but his female character, whose name I forgot for some reason, is played by Beth Bears, whatever. Who's like Two Broke Girls later. She's alright in this, but they write these characters so fucking stupid. Like, how? She's a tease. Like, she tells him she wants to lose her virginity, so he goes to the library and he catches her with someone else, and that's what causes the fire because he's holding a torch in his hand because they're at a school party, and that causes the fire and the water to come down and water all the thing, and he finds the Bible. Now, his friends keep telling him he's got to tell her about his feelings, or someone else is going to snag her up. Even Stifler says, hey, do something or I'm going to take her. So he warns him. And so, he finally goes to her and he tells her, hey, I have feelings for you. She reciprocates those feelings, and then immediately they make plans to meet at Stifler's party, and immediately at that point, she tries to sleep with Stifler. Rob gets to the party and walks in on them in bed. And then he gets drunk and almost sleeps with someone else, but then pukes. The only reason they did this is because, we can't have our main characters get together in the middle of the movie. It has to be the end of the film. So they added padding. And they wrote in that argument and everything to pad the film. And then we insert the Book of Love stuff, where they decide they have to go back and find the guy who made the book, Jim's dad, and try to reconstruct the book and talk to other people who contributed to the book. Now, this should have been the main premise. However, it's not. It's a minor part of the film, and we get cameos from former child stars in this film. And, like, Curtis Armstrong is one of the teachers, so I'm not going to mention him in this. Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. But here, We have cameos from Dustin Diamond from Saved by the Bell, C. Thomas Howell from The Outsiders and Red Dawn, Christopher Knight from The Brady Bunch, Tim Matheson, who was in stuff in the early 80s, Animal House, and I think he was in Stripes. Bret Michaels, no need to explain who he is. Steve Railsback, I don't know who he is. And Robert Romanus, who was in one of my favorite 80s movies, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's one of these times I will do for Fridays, but yeah, and that's it. Those are your cameos. Where's Kevin? This pissed me off the most. It more so now, having watched all these. You are trying to call back to the original film by having similar storylines. You know, awkward teenage boy in love with a girl he can't express his feelings for, awkward video on the internet, coming back to the original, but you can't get one of the original characters to come back there's our only character that we know up to this point has a connection with the book. Yes, having Jim's dad be the one who made the book, that's great. You know, find a way to put him in there, that's great. But you don't have Kevin come back. Especially if you're going through this series like I am, he is the connection to the franchise. You know, maybe they tried and he wasn't available. Who knows? But having him come back would have made sense. But you don't. And like I said, I don't know the whole story. Maybe they tried to and he wasn't available. I don't know. But it makes no sense to me. And then this thing ends with him getting a new book and they put it in his backpack. And that ends that part for the movie. You don't see it again until the end when he shoves it back in the hiding place. Yes, they read from the pages and they get information, but it's called The Book of Love. Movie's called The Book of Love. It's not about the Book of Love, not really. It's in the movie, but it's a minor part. That's it. That's it. And, well, then we get the climax, if you want to call it that. So, the whole storyline with Rob's best friend, whose name I don't remember, is that he's trying to hook up with his girlfriend who is a Jesus freak, basically. And it's kind of weird because the actress who played her was also in Smiley and she was a pothead. So, kind of contrast. But by the end, they're hooking up in the control room for the ski lift and they hit the button while doing it. They're hooking up in there and it stops the ski lift. And meanwhile, fat guy, Lube, is stuck in one of the ski lifts with his crush. And Rob is stuck in the ski lift with Beth Barris. And they're talking, they eventually kiss. We got to the fat guy and he says, I'm getting us out of here. And he jumps out of the ski lift, which, if you watch the movie Frozen, not the Disney one, the other one, you can't just jump out of those. Yes, they say it's only 20 feet, which the other one was like 70 feet, but 20 feet, he jumps out, he goes, oh, I think I hurt my legs. And then she just jumps out just fine, no problem. Maybe she shimmies down, I don't know, I didn't see the part. But then, yeah, okay, they're a thing now. They're, you know, everyone's happy, they get together at the end, he puts the book back. And then we get a after credits thing, where they're basically acting like Stifler. Yeah, Stifler has a storyline for this too, but it's nothing really to write home about. Just, he's a dick, and people get back at him for being a dick, and so they play strip poker, and they push him outside naked, and he gets raped by a moose. A horrible, horrible CGI moose, by the way. Oh, God, it's terrible. We don't see it, thank God. And then he gets with the British chick, whose name I don't know. But, there's your Stifler plot. Stifler was the main character in the last 3 films, and there was better writing when he was the main character. Here it's just, oh, it's a direct-to-video movie, we gotta have a Stifler arc, and it's just dick, 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 dick. Embarrassed, okay, I'm gonna be good now. And Sean Patrick Jordan, he's great at being a dick, but like I said, there's this after credit sequence where all acting like a Stifler. And I think this is creative, is that they have an East Great Falls card, you know, ID card. when you were in school, you had ID cards, and they showing pictures. And for our three main characters, they show them as they are now because they're supposed to be in high school. But then they take others, like the people from the 80s, like the cameos, they all have, like, you see Dustin Diamond, his looks like a promotional picture from Saved by the Bell. C. Thomas Howell looks like they took it off the cover of Red Dawn. Christopher Knight is obviously from the Brady Bunch, you know, various others. But they show Beth Bears, Nellie DiPaplia, who is the girlfriend to the best friend, and one other one. They were supposed to be in high school in this movie, and they show when they're younger, when they're actually in high school. And I'm like, why would you do that? The three main characters you have, their current pictures. Why not use the current pictures for the girls too? It makes no sense. And John Patrick Jordan, they did the same thing to him. They took a younger picture when he was in high school. I'm like, why would you do that? You show the three main characters with current pictures, and then you take and you use all the other ones from when they were actually in high school. And that's fucking stupid. I understand you have older actors play younger characters, but when you show us in the end credits that they're actually older than they're supposed to be, that's fucking stupid. I know we can tell. We should be able to tell. No, hey, they're not actually in high school, but you play the shows, look, they're not actually in high school. But when you do that with the first three, make it look like they're actually high school students by showing their actual current pictures at the time. And you take and we just put everyone others. Why? It makes no sense. This movie, I can't with this movie. It's the absolute worst American Pie direct-to-video movie. Hey, it might actually be the actual worst American Pie movie, period. Give it a 4. Because there were some things I enjoyed. John Patrick Jordan is good. Bug Hall was good. I enjoyed the little, I don't know. A 4. Alright? Next we have American Reunion. I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I'll get to it. Till then, like, share, and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.